I'm Dale Anderson, and welcome to Windy Hill Workshop. I do workshops once a week, minimum, and sometimes I have a surprise workshop. Today we're going to talk about uh, using signage. Um, what most people forgot about. They're busy doing things online, but I'm telling you, you can make some decent money using signage to sell whatever you have, your services, your products. Um, Let me give you some examples. Guess what my stepdad was selling? Now, when I was about 5 years old, I moved over to his place, um, and this tin pig was hanging in the garage. And my stepdad said that's how he sold his pigs. When he had a pig for sale, he would go in and uh, grab that tin pig, take it out, hook it on the gate post out front, and people would come by and buy his pigs. Now, he had a lot of pigs. He had over 40 sows at one time, brood sows. And so he probably went through about 400 pigs on each cycle. And he sold them all with a tin sign. Now, nothing simpler than taking and hanging up a sign, and then when you ain't got nothing to sell of that type anymore, you take it down and put it in the garage. So I thought that was a genius idea, and those are the ideas that you can make a lot of money from. Now, this one is a picture of me trimming a horse. A lady that used to help me with the horses, Marion, took some videos of me trimming a bunch of horses one day, and this is one of the shots I picked out of the video, and I used it as my cover photo for my Trim Your Horse DVD. Now, I don't trim horses anymore, but I still sell one of those DVDs every once in a while. And if you got a picture that depicts what you do, this is what I did at that time. I was trimming horses, shoeing horses. I was a farrier. I had a farrier business, and so I use this to help sell my services. A simple postcard. This is a postcard I made. The graphic of that horse, I'm not that artistic, but I did buy uh, some white label pictures. I picked this out of it and I put it on the postcard. I think it was quite effective because it kind of shows in simple form, hey, this is about a horse. And I use it to advertise my uh, big bad horse sale on June 2nd. I think it was 2014. You notice there, I offered a free lunch that helped people get to come to my place. They had a reason. Let's go out and have a free lunch. And I got 141 people to my farm that day. Worked great. Now, I have since moved from Bellingham, Washington to Seguin, Texas. And this shows my neighbor's business. We live on Windy Hill, and there's a sign down there at 467. As you come onto Windy Hill, it says barrels. That belongs to my next door neighbor, Max. And guess what he sells? He sells barrels. And He I've heard him. People call him. They say, "Oh, where you at?" He says, "Well, you go up 467, go here, turn there, whatever." And then you get down there about a quarter mile, you see a sign. It says barrels. And so people go, okay, and they managed to make it out there. Now I started to make a website for Max, and he kind of got cold feet. He was afraid he'd go get too many people trying to buy barrels, and he'd run out of barrels. So I believe Max is 87 years old now. So I thought, well, you don't want it, but I would have made him a one-page website, something like Max Barrels, uh, and put a barrel on it. People would say, okay, this has something to do with barrels, and I might add some things like Max's phone number, you know, barrels for sale, metal barrels, plastic barrels, you name it. And that one page would bring in a whole lot of business. Again, it's signage, just a picture of a barrel. Now, this is a collage of all the horses that I had at my big bad horse sale. My friend Debbie, who did the photography on these horses, um, put this collage together. We put some, where a little white spot is there, we eventually put a sign that said, big bad horse sale. And she took these around and put them up at feed stores, tack stores, arenas, any place that would have horse people. And, I should repeat, we got 141 families, not just people, but there was couples, there were families. Uh, Very few single people came because everybody came for the activities that day. I had a training seminar in the morning. I had a guy that was riding the horses in the arena, and so this worked very effective. Now this is a different kind of signage. Uh, I had a 1907 Studebaker wagon, and I came up with this idea. I made a dummy. Well, I forget exactly his name, but I think it was Henry. And I put Henry up there on the seat, and I pulled him out there with the wagon, with the bales of straw in the back. And before I even got out there was a guy stopped along the road and hollered at me. He wanted to buy that wagon for 2,000. I says, no, going to have to come on sale day, which he did, and he gave me $2,500 for that wagon. Now, again, you will notice that. Well, let me go to the next slide. You'll notice that this horse is a lot bigger than on that postcard. My wife took a projector and traced the horse from the small one onto the plywood and painted it for me. And this made a nice advertising piece because a lot of people come down that highway. It's uh, sorry about the interruption. But I don't know how many people come down. It's a state highway, and a lot of people travel that. And a lot of people saw the sign and came to my sale. Now, Henry, I was going to keep him, but I knew I was moving to Texas. A guy came along and offered me $10 for Henry, and I sold Henry. And so that was a little more income. And speaking of income, between the tax sales, horse sales, equipment sales that day, I brought in over $27,000. It was very profitable. Now, this is my friend David Wiggins. He came down from Bellingham, Washington to uh, Seguin, Texas, and we went out to Marion to the meat market. This is a wonderful meat market, Penshorn's Meat Market. And I took this photograph outside. And if you got a business, you got to take similar photographs to show people what your place looks like. And they might come by someday and see that, oh, yeah, that's Penshorn's Meat Shop. The guy said it was good. But you can have that photograph, and uh, it can be very effective in bringing your the people into your business. You could have a phone number on there. You could have an address, any number of things. Now, phone number. I usually take and make a graphic of the phone number. That way, they have these things called bots that go around the internet copying off stuff, and they'll pick up your telephone number, and you'll get all kinds of trash calls. Uh, Anything from sex to you name it. Oh yeah, that guy from India gets your phone number, and he's going to be calling you about your car warranty. No, not if you put your deal into a graphic. They cannot pick that up. No, I had online interviews. I got a little card from uh, Vista Print, and I could hand them out and let people know what I was doing. Vista Print has a lot of fun and nice things, and they're pretty decently priced. Uh, what I'm going to do now is, oh yeah, I took that business card. Now, Vista Print, I can convert it into a sign to put on my car. These are magnetic signs. Uh, this happens to be a 8.7 by 12.5. You can get them any number of sizes. You get bigger ones, but this is very effective. You've seen your automobile. It has or people running around town with signs on their vehicles, everything from Mary Kay to Joe's Garage. So why not you? Again, it's very. Let me adjust things here. With signage, you don't have to be an Einstein to figure this out. You know, some of these marketing schemes get really detailed, but it doesn't need to be that way. Anyway, I'm glad you came by my workshop today. Uh, WindyHillWorkshop.com, and I do a minimum of one workshop a week, usually on Wednesday, usually at 7 o'clock. And I would encourage you to try and make them. And Uh, if you sign up to my autoresponder, I'll send you notices of when the workshops are. Sometimes I do a special one on the weekend, or who knows. Anyway, thanks for coming by, and I'll see you later.